There's a lot of energy building, that's for sure, and it's palpable on the ground. I just want to share some of the really incredible and unique experiences we've had. That event that we just held in Madison, Wisconsin, a few days ago. At every one of these events that I've been doing with Bobby Kennedy, I ask the audience, raise your hand if you're a Democrat or a former Democrat. And in almost every event, somewhere between 35 to 50% of the room will raise their hand. It was
Wow.
no different in Madison. The cool thing was this, though, when their hands went up, there's probably a couple thousand people in the hall there. The rest of the audience started to turn around and look around, and they all stood up and cheered and welcomed them
Wow.
and just surrounded them really with love and kindness. And I had so many people come up to me at the end of that saying, I came in here afraid. I've never been to a political rally before. I didn't know what to expect. I'm a Democrat, lifelong Democrat, never voted before. Different variations of this, but each walking out saying, I'm voting for Donald Trump because of what I experienced here today.
Here's why Donald Trump is destined to win the next election. In 2020, there was a lot of animus towards Donald for the supposed handling of COVID when the streets were full of BLM protesters / rioters, totally random, right? When the states shut down his economy in an effort to subdue economic activity. And of course, blame flows to the top, generally deservedly so. But today we have what I call a flippening. A flippening, this is when you determine, anecdotally granted, who amongst your friends, and please, by the way, leave it in the comments who you know who has decided to switch their vote away from Joe Biden in 20 to Donald Trump, or from Donald Trump to Joe Biden. Now, personally, I know several people, and they've all moved in one direction, and that direction would be red. They have moved, shifted their thoughts, their hopes to Donald. My mom never voted Republican in her life, voted for Joe Biden, has now shifted to Donald Trump. Two of my friends named Nick, one of whom canceled me for stating an FBI statistic 2.5 years ago regarding black men and murder, who hated Trump, who ate up all of the media surrounding him, has 2.5 years after canceling me, emailed me, and in our discussions has let it be known that he's refusing to vote for the Democrats and Kamala Harris. My other friend, Nick, also did not vote for Donald Trump in 20, and he's hyped to vote for him now. I myself did not vote, mainly because I was overseas, and I found a way to vote for Donald Trump in the state of Nevada, which, by the way, doesn't require a state ID, a picture ID at all to vote, just a social security number, and pretty much anybody can claim residency there, which does not portend well because there are going to be a number of people that realize this and are going to be able to hack databases full of old voters, that are still on the roll somehow. In my opinion, this is opening it up to fraud, but that's the side of the point. But who amongst you know of somebody who voted for Donald Trump in 2016 that is going to suddenly shift to Kamala? I don't know that there are that many people out there. Yes, there are some that have been indoctrinated by the January 6th committee, by the media lies, the low information voter that just wants to get it over with, that wants to stop being subjugated to the propagandistic, hateful media, the same ones that said that Trump wanted to execute Liz Cheney by firing squad when he was merely criticizing her and wondering what it would be like for her if she were to have to fight in the wars that she helps promote versus your sons and daughters. This is the same media that is subjecting these people to these brainwashing activities and losing all their credibility in the process. The point is that although I'm sure that there are a few people out there that are switching over to Biden, I know so many more people from Biden to Trump, not Trump to Harris. That's why Donald Trump is going to win, as Tulsi Gabbard described at the beginning of this video. So be hopeful. Know that they're going to try to psyop you. Know that the odds dropping in poly market dramatically are likely a psyop, or somebody knows something that we don't and knows that there's cheating is going to go on and is getting ahead of that by making money, which is the human animal and greed, and trying to demonstrate that, in fact, hey, somebody knew something before anybody else, and that's why the odds on Harris went up dramatically. There's no new news that would account for this other than people either canceling out some of their profits, taking profits, or a psyop. That's what's going on, or people that know the cheat is coming, which is what we all fear. Let's face facts. They're not going to willingly give up the reins because they know what is coming, and that is an ass whooping in the courts, as they've done to Donald Trump. Because remember, nobody is above the law.